Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification button so you get all the notifications, and hit the like button. Alright, on this episode, I am doing a shower pan for two showers that I'm doing for a customer. This house here is in the historic district of Ocala. It's over 100 years old. Really beautiful home. It's taken a lot of work to get this house restored. The inspectors required that I do a pre-slope on this shower. Actually, on both showers. So first thing I'm doing here is I'm laying down some felt paper, and then I've got some wire mesh, some lath that I'm going to put over that, and that'll give me a nice base for the pre-slope. And by the way, electric stapler, best 30 bucks I ever spent in my entire life, I swear to freaking God. Also, don't be alarmed, that electrical outlet is not going to be there for the final. That would not be safe. Nothing fancy with the lath and the tar paper. Just get it in there. What I did around the drain was I just cut it around the outside perimeter of that drain. No big deal. Just get it stapled down, and also I had to add. Normally you would have blocking. You can see my blocking on the side closest to you, for basically bringing me up to about the height of the curb, and I got to do the same thing um, at the valve side of the shower, or the drain side of that shower as well, and that'll give you room for putting the shower liner. On this build, the plumber did the rubber membrane shower liner, and also did all the plumbing involved in this shower. Okay, so at this point I am ready, or almost ready, to put in my pre-slope. So what I'm doing here is I'm kind of checking things out and figuring out basically how high I need to go. So a 1/4 inch per foot is the standard for draining, and I have about, let me think, it's I think I got about 4.5 feet at my furthest point. So if you calculate a 1/4 inch per foot, you're gonna get about an inch and an eighth, I believe. So knowing that my perimeter needs to be an inch and an eighth higher than the drain, that basically gives me my numbers of what I need to know. And I'm trying to think. I think I did. So I went a little bit higher than that. I think I did maybe 2 inches higher, so that way I didn't have I didn't have, it didn't go from an inch and an eighth down to nothing. It'd be more like 2 inches down to 7/8 down at the drain. So that way there was a little bit of material there and it wasn't too thin. And if you're wondering about the drain, the plumber was having a hard time getting this plumbing and everything downstairs tied in, and he said he had to do an offset, which I don't know. It was kind of complicated, but I wasn't really involved in it, and he said he didn't really have a choice. So he said there is on this build they're using a linear drain. He said there is a linear drain that you can build that will work in this case. So I kind of had to just take his word for that, because I was unaware of a linear drain like that. Also, I don't have a lot of experience with linear drains, so also I wasn't planning on doing a pre-slope either. I do like the idea, and I think there is an added protection in the pre-slope. I wasn't planning on doing it, so hopefully with the offset linear drain and the pre-slope, there's not going to be any issues with that, and we'll see. I guess depending on the curb height, hopefully this doesn't turn out to be something like a curbless shower that has a curb, because everything's going to be built up so high to accommodate the offset linear drain and the pre-slope. So at this point, I've got most of the dry pack bed mortar in there. I just used the Quickcrete green label mortar from Lowe's or Home Depot. You can get the more expensive Maypie brand, but I think this stuff is easier to work with, and I like it. It's cheap, and it gets the job done. The easiest way to do this stuff is get your perimeter first. So get your lines popped. I use a laser level to kind of mark things out, and then I pop lines, or I scribe the line, and also cut several sticks. If you get a stick that's perfect for a certain section, even if it's just a 1/4 or an eighth of that section, it's easiest to use the bigger tools, because that will give you a truer surface and slope. Here's a picture of the second shower I did. I'm not sure if my battery died or if I lost some of the footage, but Here's the second shower downstairs. Also has a bench seat, and I did plan on wrapping all this with Durarock and taping and mudding the seams and doing 2 or 3 coats of liquid membrane. And I will say that the inspectors made me tear out that seat and use a curdy board or a concrete seat, and which is what we end up doing. We end up getting a curdy board just to make the inspectors happy on that one. But I will say that it would have been fine. I go a little bit above and beyond with the waterproofing and setting the Durarock not embedded into the mud bed, so you don't get any wicking or reverse osmosis. And also I do a good job of applying the liquid membrane and sealing the bottom edges, and basically taking any precaution that I can to make sure that the shower lasts. So back onto the mud bed. Once you get it screeded with your longer boards, you can start going back with this is just a long straight trowel. I'm using a wooden float and a block to kind of pack it down in some areas. You'll have some low spots, and what you want to do is just sprinkle it in with your hands, some more mortar, and just get that packed down. And you got a little bit of working time, but you don't want to overwork the surface. Otherwise, once it's dry, it kind of becomes brittle, and it'll flake off a bit. But you got a little bit of time, and most of the hard work is just mixing up the bags of mortar. You'll need 3, 4, 5 bags of mortar sometimes, so that's most of the hard work. The finishing's not that easy. It does take some experience, and I think this is probably my 4th or 5th mud bed that I've done, so it does get a little bit easier, and you get a little bit quicker with it. But as long as you're laying it out properly with your level lines, and as long as you're taking care while doing it, it should come out fine. And if you do have any low spots or spots that you don't like, you can always just use some thin set to kind of fill that in later, before you put down your floor tile. And that pretty much does it for this one. This is ready for the liner and flood tests, and that pretty much wraps it up for this one. And as always, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button, click all notifications, and hit the like button, and be on the lookout for more videos. You never know what I'm gonna do. I've always got something cool right around the corner. See you guys.